Hello there, this is George speaking. I hope you're all going to welcome me into your homes, and I hope we're all going to have a nice time together. Sorry that this newsletter's taken so long. I mean, it's a bit late, but then there's nothing unusual about that. I'm afraid the Culture Club fan club is a bit out of order at the moment, but we're trying very hard to make it all run smooth. And obviously you know that we're working all the time. And as you see, probably every day I'm in the papers, I'm doing this, that and the other. And it does drive you a bit crazy. But I suppose the most important thing at the moment is to get the Multicultural Club to be the best fan club in the world. I really want that. We're going off to America quite soon, and I'm not looking forward to it, actually. Can tell you that in all confidence. Don't tell anyone, though. I'm not looking forward to it because I really like England, and whenever I'm in another country, I spend the whole time, like, really, phoning up in London, phoning up my press agent. Hello, what's going on in England? And trying to find out whether I'm in the paper or, everything happens in England. It's so exciting. In America, it's so big, and also because they're all crazy out there. And, you never know what's going to happen. Somebody might try and strangle you. The last time I was in America, I had some funny experiences. I got to this hotel. I don't know if I should be telling you this story, but it's quite funny anyway. I got to this hotel, and this girl left a champagne bottle in my room full up, and some roses, and a note telling me to call her. Well, I can't do that, can I? I've got all my fans in England, all my friends in England. I can't do that. So anyway, I didn't call her. Anyway, when we were on stage that night, it's a very funny hotel, a really weird place. She was throwing photographs of herself on stage. So they're all mad in America. They're not like us lot here. We do things the civilized way. We shout and scream, or we just, we try and meet people in the civilized way. But in America, they kind of... She left me this note saying, I can help you and solve all your problems. So it was quite confusing. I didn't like that very much at all. So I couldn't wait to get back. I don't know if you read months and months ago in Smash Hits that I said, oh no, Record Mirror, that when I get back to England, I feel like kissing the ground because, I love it here. It's, it's so exciting. A friend of mine in America was going to make a record, and I thought about trying to get it together in America, but you just can't. Everything that's exciting and new happens in England, so that's something you should be really proud of. Anyway, what can I tell you that's new? Oh yeah, the video for Miss Me Blind is fantastic. It's come out so good, and I hope you all get to see that on English TV. And remember, if it comes on the TV, don't forget to get out your video machines because it won't be available in England. I know some DJs on the radio have been complaining about us releasing It's a Miracle from the album, but I think it's a great record and I'm really pleased with it, and I hope that none of you are disappointed. And what we've tried to do, we've put out the 12-inch and we put Melting Pot on the 12-inch. That's a new song, and that's never going to be recorded again, so that's kind of specially for our fans, really. And I think it's a good idea, and I really love the record. And also, we haven't gone as far as Michael Jackson on Thriller, but I think that if you write good songs, I don't know, we haven't put out Black Money. A lot of people thought we should have put out Black Money or Mr. Man. I think it's good to leave some lovely tracks on the album. And also, later on in the year, we'll have a new single out. A brand new single called Hello Goodbye, which is from the film Electric Dream. You've heard all about that film, but I think most of the things you've heard are rubbish. The Electric Dream is something that... it's on Virgin Films. It's a Virgin film, but it's about this computer that falls in love with this girl. What happens is that this mad guy with glasses, he looks kind of like a thin version of Christopher Reeve, that's Superman. He buys this computer. Anyway, it starts to take over his house. So when he's shaving or brushing his teeth, it electrocutes his mouth. It's quite funny, actually. And, well, you shouldn't really laugh about things like that, but I suppose it's quite funny. You know what we're like. Human beings are very cruel. Anyway, I was watching it, and it's really good. And it electrocutes him, and it falls in love with his girlfriend. And what happens is that this guy says to the computer, because the girl he's in love with, she plays the cello. So he says, okay, write me a love song. And it writes this terrible love song, which is kind of like, I want to kiss you, pucker up and kiss you. It makes it sound like a lemon. And so he says to the computer, you make it sound like a lemon, you can't sing that. And that's where we come into it. There's 3 songs. One's called Love is Love. One's called The Dream, which is really nice. It's kind of like, a bit like Victims, but really lovely. It's really pretty. And then the last song is called Hello Goodbye, which we're recording next week. And that's very different. I think a lot of you are going to be surprised. But I'm not really worried about our music and things, because I know that you really understand. I know that you like the fact that Culture Club do all different kinds of music. Like after Time, and then we brought out Chester Poison Mind, everybody was really confused. And I think that all the fans that have stuck with us from the beginning really like that. And I think that this next song, Hello Goodbye, is going to be very, very different. Anyway, what's your front room like? What sort of wallpaper have you got? I'm really intrigued because I keep thinking about this record going into all your homes and your bedrooms and stuff. What's on the walls? Have you got flat wallpaper? And what are you having for dinner tonight? It's really silly, isn't it? I'm asking all these stupid questions. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something really stupid now. I'm going to tell you a joke. Okay, there's this man in a car and he's speeding down the M1 really, really fast. Anyway, this policeman pulls him up and he says, "You crazy fool." He says, "You're speeding up the M1. Anyway, he looks in the back of the car and there's 6 penguins. So he says, "You're not only speeding," he said, "you can get those penguins back to the zoo right now." Anyway, the next day, he's driving up the M1 again and he's speeding. So this policeman sees him and he chases him and he's really annoyed now. He's beaming red in the face. Pulls him up and he says, "Right." He says, "You're not only were you speeding yesterday, but you're speeding today." And he looks in the back of the car and all these penguins are still there, but they're wearing sunglasses. So he said, "I thought I told you to put those penguins back in the zoo." He says, "I took them to the zoo and they loved it and now I'm taking them to the seaside." I bet you don't like that joke, but it's quite funny really. Actually, when you receive this record, you can write back to us and tell us what sort of things you want me to say, because I'm sure some of you got the bizarre request. I sound like Steve right in the afternoon. Okay, let me just tell you about some of the things I've been doing. I've been working with Helen Terry,